we are live. Tez made it by about this much. Absolute machine, jumping from one show to another. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the BAW show for another week. Joined by Kira and Terry tonight. Hello, how are you both?
Good, I'm good. We are in the 8. The 8. Carlton in the 8. I'm great. Life's good.
We are in the 8. That was fun. That was like, it kind of feels like a lifetime ago a little bit, because it was on Friday, the game. And then we had obviously the men's grinding on Saturday. So there's a lot that's going on there. I'm excited. I had a lot of fun on Friday at the W. I'm looking forward to this.
The vibes are coming back, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, you walk to an AFLW game and it's like fun. You're not dreading it anymore.
No. It was good. It was good. I mean, all you just wanted to do is have a crack. You know, that's all you can ask for.
That's exactly it. And they had a crack. They did. It was incredible. First off, just want to thank our sponsor, the Carlton Cheer Squad. Can't forget them. Incredible to sponsor our show. And yes, of course, to you, Terry, and the BA family for allowing us to have this platform. We say it every week. We're going to continue to say it for forever. Because just ever and ever, just because it's a great platform for us to be able to talk about the AFLW and just how well we are going this year, because I don't think any of us expected us to be where we are currently after round 5. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
So good.
Every week. So good. Just want to give a massive shout out to Jess Del Pos, who came over and gave Ava a footy, a signed footy after the game. It was really, really sweet. And Ava's been kicking it around the house for the entire week since. So shout out to Jess there. And a huge shout out to Mua, who came from 3 deep to come and say hi after the game as well. So, but yes, let's talk footy. What were your thoughts? I know it was a really tight game in the end. We only won by, I think it was 5 points, was it, or something ridiculously close, which I hate. But what were your key takeaways from the game? Either of you.
Kira, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. I think a few things. One, we didn't have 8 individual goal kickers, but that's okay because we still won. But there was not 8 individual goal kickers, so I was wrong. But I think my key takeaway is just that we're willing to give it a red hot crack. And I think for many games, and we've spoken about this quite a lot this season, but I would have liked if we put this game away a lot earlier. I mean, I think we are a stronger team than Sydney, and I think we probably should have won by a little bit more than we did. But looking at the positives as a whole, if we were in the same position that we were on Friday night 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, I think we'd probably lose that game. I don't think in the past we've had the will to want to win and enough sort of gut to just go all guns blazing when it absolutely matters in those dying sort of minutes, quarter. So I'm just really, really proud that I feel like I can go to the AFLW now and win, lose, draw, whatever. I feel like I'm watching a team that want to win and that will give it their all to win. That's what I took away from the game.
What about you, Tez?
Yeah, I've been to 2 games now, both at Icon Park, and I'm seeing a greater level of collective commitment to each other, which is awesome. I thought the first quarter was a little bit, not great, and I was a little bit worried about that connection piece. And then was good to see them reset and wrestle it back and get into full control in the second quarter. I thought we were in a little bit of trouble when we gave away the 50-meter penalty. I was standing next to Beachy and we were just looking at each other like, you can't be giving away 50-meter penalty goals in the league. And then we seemed to capitalize straight away, which was good. I liked the spread of goal kickers. I found a new player, like a new girl, got a new name this week. I didn't actually come on last time. Like Mariana Anthony was my girl first game. Anyone laying 11 tackles, you got my heart. Done. Easy done. Mariana, let's go. But Aaron, mate. Aaron, let's go. She keeps her feet when most people go to ground. She keeps her damn feet. It's so good.
If I had $1 every time Tez yelled, "She just keeps her feet," I'd be flying to Europe tomorrow.
I reckon I sat there and said to I think it was Rob that was sitting next to me. Cheers, hi Rob. I know I'm going to give you a shout out as well. But I reckon I said her name to him at least half a dozen times during that game as well. I just sang it out. Something about her. I don't know if it's the Irish blood or what it is, but she's just head on, goes in head on, just picks up the ball, has no fear. It is actually incredible to watch someone who's never played the game before pick it up so quickly and look like she's been playing it for 15 years. Like, she's absolutely incredible. And I'm going to bring up a statistic just to see just how effective she has been. 13 disposals, 6 kicks, 7 handballs, 1 mark, 3 clearances and 3 tackles.
Outstanding.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if she was our best player, but she was the one that really stood out to me. I think the goal, just like the attributes of the goal, kept her feet and then just streaming into goal and kicked it. Important one. So I think we found one there. I also didn't mind a bit of Dana Finn as well.
Yeah.
Didn't mind what I saw there. Bit of courage, bit of Irish blood. Yeah.
No, but the key standout was definitely Abby McKay for mine. Yeah. 9 tackles, like 8 tackles, sorry, and 25 disposals, 12 kicks, 13 handballs, 2 marks, 9 clearances.
Insane. They're really big numbers. I just wanted to... So good. Without drawing on the negatives too much, Tez, you talk about the 50-meter penalty for the goal. That's when you were worried. I was worried when the game hadn't even started and our forwards and our backs went to the wrong end of the ground.
True. Yes. Right.
Okay. Oh, my God.
Well, I think we all thought that, I don't know what we thought it was. And then when we found out that they had lined up on the wrong side of the ground, I was like, oh, they're not switched on today. But they found a way, credit to them, they found a way to snap out of it. And, I think for such a young group, they could have easily let something very minute but big in the grand scheme of things, of lining up on the wrong side, let them distract them for the rest of the game and not be able to snap out of that, not focused mindset. But credit to them, they were able to do it, able to get it done. And as you say, we had a lot of individual brilliance on the day as well, which is very exciting.
Yeah, and I think it's fantastic. And just looking at the scoreline, they kept us goalless in that third quarter, which is a testament to Sydney and their ability to defend. But we let through 2 ourselves. So just watching it, we kind of lost our shape a little bit in that third quarter. And I think, to Bucky's credit, he kind of went, all right, let's reset this. Let's get the ball moving again. Let's put the ball back into our hands. Let's control the footy. Let's, do the things that we need to do, the basic footy skills that we need to execute, which we haven't been able to execute in the last couple of seasons. And it showed. The maturity of the group is starting to show.
Absolutely. And I think we spoke about it a lot early on, is just that consistency of it's going to take some time. And I think none of us thought this season would probably go the way that it has in terms of how positive it has been. But we knew from the start that it was going to take some time for these players to mature and, really become sound with each other. And I think slowly but surely we're really starting to see that.
That's it. We are. And Nick's right. Bree Moody back into the middle, such a difference.
the GOAT. That's the GOAT.
Oh my God.
Tez, we were talking about
That
it.
is the GOAT. The reliability with her hands in the air to take marks is just, I don't know many clubs that have it around the ground like we do.
No,
They absolutely don't.
her interceptability was incredible. There was a couple of key moments in that last quarter where she was just able to intercept the ball, leaving out of our forward 50 to put it back into our forward 50. Whether we capitalized or not, irrelevant. Just her ability to be able to take the mark and put the ball back into our hands.
And also her ability to take a goal when it's needed. And I know we screamed out when we tried playing a whole game forward that it just wasn't the way to go and we need moods in the middle. But by the same merit, I think the balance is really important, and the fact that she is able to go forward and kick a goal. And I think, I want to say off the top of my head, in almost every game this season, Moods has kicked a goal. Like, that's really important for us, is her ability to dominate across the ground.
I'm going to fact check that while you keep talking.
Yes.
There was Phoebe Williams. I thought she was also really good. She just didn't finish off her great work in the forward line at times. And that probably was the difference between us, putting the foot in the throat, so to speak, and really punishing a side and not. And that's ultimately what probably kept Sydney in the game.
Absolutely. But I think the excitement is that she didn't capitalise and that she wasn't able to finish her work, because then it's the excitement of what happens when she is able to do that and can put that whole game together. I think that's a really exciting prospect for us.
Totally. Yeah, I was impressed with her forward craft.
Yeah, so Moody hasn't kicked a goal in every game because Aaron Fitzpatrick was the only goal kicker in the North Melbourne loss.
Is that the only game she hasn't kicked a goal?
Fitzpatrick was the only one that kicked a goal.
No, but is that the only game that Moody hasn't kicked a goal, or we haven't got that far?
No, I'm up to round 1 now.
Yeah, right. So she's kicked a goal in every game except for one. I think.
Yeah, pretty much, essentially. Just having a look at the win against Gold Coast to double check to make sure, but that's pretty good from a ruckman. No, didn't kick one in round 1.
Okay, 2. So she's gone 2 games where she hasn't kicked a goal, 3 games where she has. I'll take that. That's more goals a game than not. So, yeah, I think absolutely that balance, Tez and I were talking about it quite a bit on Friday night, was just getting that balance right. And I think we're learning that throughout the season, how to do that and what is the best fit for us.
That's it. Nick here, Wolfers may not have won a game yet, but they're far from a bad side. Got to be on our game, especially with Kez out. I'll touch on that in a sec. So, let's have a look at our injuries. I got a bit of an update for everyone. So, Karen Peterson is managing swelling in her knee following the win over Sydney. Will be unavailable for Friday night, but expected to play next week. Brooke Vickers rolled her ankle in the win over Sydney. Will be a test. And a bit of an update on Mariana Anthony. Will return to running later this week. Return date will become clearer as her rehab progresses.
So are we assuming Velardo's okay?
Not listed on the injury list. So that is only good news, I presume. But, I don't know.
I'm spoiling my votes a little later on. I do have Peterson in my votes, but I don't think she should have played. And I know there's people at the club far more qualified to make these decisions than me, and I'm sure they did their due diligence and didn't put her on injured, but I just don't think she looked in, like, warm-up, first quarter, just did not look the same player that we know, and now, coincidence or not, injured again. And I just don't know that playing her was the right.
She might be just playing a bit underdone. I think, Kira and I, we had a moment before the game. I sort of said, like, doesn't look like the same Kez. She had quite a few good moments though, like quite a few key tackles. Like she still got the footy smarts, no matter if she's at her full strength or not. But yeah, that just looks like something that's going to hinder her for the rest of this season, like the swelling and the management of it and her loads every week. So yeah, we've got to be careful. Last thing you want, touch wood, is for that to be a really serious injury.
Yeah. You also don't want to keep bringing Kez back and then the next week she's out and then bring her back and then she's out. And then, like, it's just a never-ending cycle that we don't want to get in the habit of.
No, and considering we're at the halfway mark of the season, it's not worth the risk for me.
No.
Like, even saying that she's available next week wouldn't run the risk, to be perfectly honest. If we're pushing for finals in rounds 9 and 10, possibly. But I know she had a key role on Chloe Malloy. I barely noticed her. So credit where credit's due there. Lucy McAvoy, didn't see much of her. No played. But full respect and credit to Rebecca Privatelli for her goals. Ex-Blue. Really, really found a good spot for her in the Sydney lineup. And I did say it last week, got to be careful. She's a goal sneak, and don't think they listened, but that's okay.
At least we won. Otherwise, Coach Shannon would be fuming.
I'm still fuming because we need to learn how to kick goals. I mean, McWilliams missed from the goal square. I reckon I'm still shaking my head at that one.
We'll get there. 5 individual goal kickers for Carlton is still a fair shout, so I'll take it. 5, guys, 5.
No, I'm happy with it. I'll take it.
All right, let's get into votes. Who are your 3, 2, 1, Terry?
You could go so many ways with this.
Yeah.
I really struggle.
Mackay 3, Moody 2, Aaron, mate. Aaron, mate. 1. She was that one play. It's got me going.
Love it. I'm going to go 3 Mackay, 2 Austin. I think her 2 goals were really crucial. And then I'm going to go 1 Peterson because, as you said, I don't think it was the Kez we know, but her footy smarts was really important to us on the weekend. And I didn't notice Chloe Malloy as much as I thought I would either. So that's my 3, 2, 1.
My 3 is definitely Abby Mackay. She was an absolute standout. 2, I was going to give to Bree Moody, just her ability to intercept mark and just be a pivotal player when we needed her. Outstanding. And my 1 goes to Aaron as well. She is going to be something special.
Aaron, let's go.
Hearing on you first.
Let's go.
Just want to point out that both Terry and Kira made appearances on ground to do banner on the weekend. I forgot to mention it off the top. Tez strolls in and we're like, all right, out you come, mate. He said no.
I know, I got there late. I got there so late just before. I'm like, all right, out I go. No, it's good.
And Kira stood on the base plate and did her job really well. So both welcome out anytime.
I was taking that base plate role so seriously.
Well, Terry's we're 2-0 from when Terry's come to help out on the banner. We've won both games, and both games he's been to, we've won. So good start, Terry. Good start.
Terry, you're the lucky charm.
Hey, I'll be there. Icon Park games, mate. I'm there with bells on. Not a problem.
Love it.
And a ribbon and a bow tie.
And a bow tie. And bells. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. So we move on now to, I reckon it's a crucial clash for us this Friday night, mainly because of what a few comments have mentioned before, just in relation to where the Bulldogs are currently at in terms of their season. Probably pretty obvious that they're not going to make finals unless they win every single game from here. Looking at the ladder, they haven't won a game as yet. And yeah.
I have all their games. So they lost to St Kilda by 18, Gold Coast by 4, Melbourne by 42, Hawks by 7, and Cats by 48. So other than the Melbourne Cats game, which they got smashed, they lost by 40 in both those games, they've been in it. So Gold Coast and Hawks, they've lost by a goal under. And St Kilda, they lost by 18, which, give or take. So they haven't won a game, but as we've seen in a few of the comments, they're not terrible. Like, we by no means are walking into this game with a win. We need to work hard still, because I think those two close games, they're nearing a win. Like, they're getting closer to it, and I don't want it to be against us. Please.
No, well, I watched parts of that St Kilda game, and it was actually pretty close up until I think the third quarter. The Bulldogs were actually, so 2 goals at quarter time, 1 goal at half time, 2 goals. Well, that no one scored in the last quarter. So they held them pretty well in the last quarter, and just looking at it, they are a force to be reckoned with. I still don't feel comfortable in saying, it's going to be an absolute shellacking. Like we thought, I predicted us to beat Sydney by 30. So I just think their ball winners are still incredible. Like Ellie Blackburn, 31 disposals.
Yeah.
Like 31 disposals in a losing side. Who else have they got? Kirsty Lamb.
Ali is my big concern. We need to, I say every week, I have my one player that we need eyes on and we need to really lock down on. Ali's the player this week. If we let Ali lose, like, as you said, 31 disposals in the losing side is ridiculous. Imagine Dogs got a win. She'd be on like 40 disposals. So we cannot let Ali get off the chain. No way.
12 clearances out of those 31 disposals, 6 tackles, 15 kicks. Like, this girl is insane. And just looking across the board, like Kirsty Lamb, another prolific ball winner who can swing forward, predominantly plays through the middle, can swing forward and be dominating. Riley Wilcox, like Kirsty McLeod, like they've got a really good list. So Deanna Berry is another player who can be damaging up forward. So it's not like they're bottom of the ladder, not competitive at all. They're like I said, it's a danger game for us this week. It's an important game.
I also am cautious that we are not the same team that we were last year or the year before, but we have lost our last 2 encounters with the Bulldogs. We lost last year by 3 and the year before by 6. So they've both been hurtful losses as well. So, yeah, they've got the wood over us. Absolutely, they do.
Not anymore. That's because we used to be coached by Half. Now we've got Bucky.
I love him so much. Just going on a complete tangent away from the Dogs. Bucky is like, when I arrived at Icon Park, he was, that like glass room training out indoor oval. He was walking outside of that, and just his aura, like his vibes were good. I was like, didn't say a word to him, just kept walking, but just the presence he had a smile on his face. And I haven't really got to know him well enough to be making the comment I'm about to make, but I'm just going to call it, and I'm going to call it really early. He reminds me a lot of Craig McRae in the aura that he puts out.
Yes. I was doing. We were inside the foyer. Sorry to go off track, but we were inside the foyer to lift up the banner to bring it outside, and Coach Buck walks past me, and I like. Usually it's like, oh, hey mate, if you don't know someone, you refer to them as mate. Instantly, my instant reaction was, oh, hey coach. Like he does. He's got that aura.
That's incredible. I love that.
Shout out to Ray Buck as well, who follows us on Instagram.
Oh, she follows. Oh, she's incredible. We
this
also
is Coach
have.
Buck.
This is Coach Buck. I also got a lovely comment from Kez's parents in the shop. I was walking around with Dad and Ava, and Kez's dad comes up and he goes, oh, I see the little pineapple every now and then while I'm watching the show. And he's referring to Ava with her little hair. And he's like, oh, we're Karen's parents. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. They watch the show.
Yeah, Papa's a big fan. Papa Kez loves it.
Shout out to Kez's parents. Shout out to any of the AFLW families that watch this show. It's
do you reckon they watch, like, for real? Do they actually watch?
I
Well, he
reckon
mentioned
Kez's parents
Ava's little
actually watched.
pineapple.
Like,
who else knows
He
about
was
Ava's
like,
little pineapple?
I see the hair. And then we found out afterwards that it was Kez's parents.
Amazing. Amazing.
But no.
yeah, Craig McRae vibes. We're going to win the flag. Maybe we're winning the flag. No, okay, cheer up.
Let's just calm down.
We need to roast you.
Dogs. We need to beat the dogs first. Okay, I just get very excited. We need to beat the dogs first.
We beat the dogs and scenes next week.
Okay, so I did actually, because I do this and I lose the lid very easily, I did actually look like we're a game away from being third. So you can look at it that way. We're a win away from third. Or you can look at it that Melbourne are first and our percentage is 96.6 and their percentage is 306.9.
Oh, wow.
So like 306.9.
Yeah, wow.
Is their percentage.
That's huge. Like Melbourne are a class above. There's still that little group of teams, your Melbournes, your Brisbanes, your Adelaides they've lost players, but they're still incredible sides, and that comes back to the program. And I feel that the program that we're building, we're going to be one of those clubs in 2 years. We will be a destination club for players, regardless of whether they come or go. We are going to be a destination club because our brand of footy and our culture is going to be what draws girls to our football club.
Hope so. I mean, I want to be doing this show in 4 years and, Mim and McKay, like these people are still around and like they're senior and they're, they've got the continuity and like 4 or 5 preseasons together. That's really the magic formula.
That's exactly it. And that's what I want.
I mean, I think Shan cut out. I don't know if it's only me.
I didn't cut that.
I should come back. But I think the exciting part for me is that I was very sure that we were going to be a very middle tier team this season. And I know we're only at the halfway point, and by middle tier, I don't mean 8th. I mean like 15th, 14th vibes, like not rock bottom, but dwindling on bottom. And I think the fact that we have done much better than we thought we would have in our first season under the new leadership and all that, I think that's a very positive sign for where we're headed. And, we can only hold ourselves on what we've seen, and what we've seen gives us enough hope, I think.
100%. And just looking at what's to come, next week we have Collingwood. Great.
But I did mention this, I think it was to Tez maybe, or Ari and Brando on the weekend. I never thought I'd say this, and obviously I hope we win both, but if I only got to pick one more game for the rest of the season that we win, I want it to be Essendon.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, genuinely, it'll hurt me if we lose every game for the rest of the season, but if we lose every game for the rest of the season but we beat Essendon, I'll be like, yes.
At Windy Hill too.
Yes.
That's a good one. That's a good one to get. It's a Saturday afternoon, round 9 versus the Bombers. Yeah, could be the deciding factor whether we'll make the 8 or not. Yeah, let's get them.
Let's just get through the dogs first. Is it Pride Round? Is that something we do with the dogs every time we play them there? Is that, or am I mistaken?
Not in the past we have. I don't think Pride Round is this week. Nick might know if you're in the comments. Nick, is it St Kilda game that we got the Pride one?
Yeah, because it was
last
definitely
game of the year.
I feel like I've been to 2 AFLW games against the dogs at their home ground, and both of them have been the Pride Round game.
I remember before COVID it was.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if it is this week.
Okay.
I'd need to confirm when.
We'll find out.
I have a feeling it's either. I'm feeling pretty confident it might be round 10 against St Kilda at home.
Okay.
Our last game, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't know. We'll come back to you next week on that one, I reckon.
I'll get some homework done.
Done. All right. What are our predictions for this week?
I'm saying it's going to be a heart attack. Carlton by 2.
Same. Carlton by 2. Exactly the same. That's what I had in my mind. Close. 1 or 2.
Carlton by 4.
So we're all going close.
It's good enough for me.
It's double, but it's double you.
Can't see us losing. Can't see it.
Look, if we stop Ellie Blackburn, then we stop the Bulldogs, in my opinion.
Well, they've got to stop Mim. They've got to stop Abby. Mate, we have Bree Moody. Game over.
We do have Bree Moody. It's like every week when we're watching the boys going, oh, we need to stop this, we need to stop that. But hang on a second, they need to stop Cripps, they need to stop Walsh, they need to stop Charlie.
Bree Moody. Go.
Bree Moody. I'm very proud of us. We didn't mention Saturday at all. And I'm not going to start mentioning Saturday at all.
Well.
It's okay. Baggers won Friday. That's all that matters.
Yep.
Spot on.
But no, it's good to see everyone here putting in their predictions. Oh, I like this. There you go. Fitzpatrick to get 30 plus disposals. Kira, your 8 individual goals. Carlton by 20. Put that in the book. Beachy, Carlton by 20. And just to finish it off, Moody is the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Ray reckons will win by 22. I just want to see us compete. We know how good the Bulldogs can be, and it's going to be a hard-fought match. And we can definitely talk about the game when we see each other on Sunday night at the Boys' Best and Fairest. I'm going to
see with the BNF. We've got to get an updated photo. We've got a
better orange lighting.
None of the rubbish lighting. We've got like can already picture it. I know exactly how it's going to be laid out. There's going to be no orange tint. It's going to look good. It's great.
I'm not going to have wine on my dress this year. It's all going to be good.
I love it.
Oh my God. But no, thank you both for jumping on this evening. Quick show is a good show. I know that it is going to be a cold Friday night. Please rug up. Please try and get there if you can to support the girls. It's important for us to have as many people there as possible, drown out the Bulldogs, especially on their home deck out at the Whitten Oval. Try and get there as early as you can because parking is absolutely shite.
Mm-hmm.
But no, thank you, Terry. Thank you, Kira. Thank you, everyone who's watching the show. We do read all the comments. We do love that we have so many people starting to follow us on Instagram and join us every week. I see some old names, some new names. It's great. Thank you both for joining me this evening.
Go Blues.
Go Blues.
Up the Baggers.